where it's doing that, right? So obviously, like maybe I lost you guys, but you kind of get what I'm getting at, though.
Nonsense.
No, I'm not talking nonsense. So I literally showed you 2 examples where the Earth is moving towards Alice.
Can you figure out what's happening in reality at Armbar? Can you figure out what's happening in reality? What's actually happening?
Maybe
is there a reality?
Maybe, but that's irrelevant. Though. I was. Hold on.
Show us the
I hope situation. I hope you don't have a driver's license. I hope he doesn't have a driver's license because he doesn't know the difference.
I know. Me either.
That's not the argument, though. Look, the whole argument was whether or not the Earth would have to expand. No, hold on. The whole argument was whether or not the Earth had to expand if it was accelerating towards both of the people. Right? I was literally showing you the scenarios where it would be accelerating towards both of them and not expanding. That was the whole point. I'm not trying to argue whether there's a reality reference.
You just showed that?
Yeah, I did.
Hold on, you just showed that happening.
Yeah, I did.
Is that what he showed, guys?
Yeah, I'll do it again.
He picked the ball up and moved it back and forth.
Yeah, so I'll do it again, all right? Because apparently your eyes are broken.
Yeah, he said yeah.
Yeah, so Alice is on top, all right? Alice is on top, all right?
Oh my God!
I'm gonna move, all right, both Bob and both Bob and the Earth towards Alice, all right? All right. Now, obviously, I would also have to move moving Bob as well at the same time as that's also moving.
That's the problem. Yes, because they're happening at the same time, dude.
Yeah, so we want to see.
That's not a problem, though. Hold on, it's not
Arma. You can't take Bob and move him towards the Earth as the Earth goes away from Bob because you say the Earth's coming towards Bob.
Yeah, from his whole fucking, if you want to call it reference frame or whatever, right?
No, you don't go with reference frame.
You don't understand. This is a claim of physics. It's saying that the Earth is physically accelerating up to the person and that the Earth is not physically accelerating to the Earth. It's a claim of physics, Arma.
Okay, but I wasn't arguing that, though. I was literally just arguing because Jeremy had a very, from what I've seen, he had a very broad claim that if the Earth was moving, accelerating towards someone, one person's feet and another person's feet, whatever, it would have to expand, whatever. I was literally just tackling that. I don't care about
that's basic physics.
That's a fact. Geo actually saved you. Geo actually saved you miraculously with having the Earth split in half.
No, you don't have to. All I'm showing is that you can. Look,
that's the only way.
Well, here, how about this?
He keeps on running away from the fact that it's like we're talking about physical reality. He just can't seem to.
That wasn't the argument I was trying to get into, though.
So you jumped into an argument that no one was having.
Well, maybe that is the case, though. Maybe that is the case. But
are there any other ballers that agree with you, Arma? Any?
Well, from what I've maybe okay. Here's the thing: they would agree to what I just showed, but in terms of applying that to actual physics or whatever, I might be, getting I don't know, how gravity works and whatnot, You
mean like
getting that wrong, though?
Entire belief system?
What? You didn't show any of it, though, Arma. You just moved the ball up and then moved the ball back down.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. If you don't pay attention, then it might seem that way. But if you actually paid attention, you would see what I was doing, though.
All right. So keep both Bob and Alice in the picture as well as the Earth. Keep the Earth the same size. Now make the Earth accelerate towards both of those individuals.
I get that. Obviously, in that scenario, you would have to expand the Earth. I'm showing you, though, you can still have...
That's the scenario.
I fucking get that. You guys are so, you guys don't think I get that. I get that, but it depends on how you look at it. From what I was showing, though, obviously, all right, I can have it where the Earth is accelerating towards Alice's feet. All right, but I can also show it where the Earth is accelerating towards Bob's feet. All right,
the only way that it can look like the Earth is accelerating towards both people falling, the only way is that the Earth is sitting still and the people are actually both falling towards it.
Okay, that's fine. Yes, once again,
do you understand that?
I get that. It's like you guys aren't getting my argument, though. I get that. I literally said, that's why I brought up the whole universe argument earlier. I was saying, if it was just the Earth that was accelerating towards both their feet, whatever, right? And the universe wasn't, moving along, or whatever.
Moving along what?
Okay.
Show that in the picture. Put other universe things in the picture and show us how that works.
Yeah, this is about to be awesome.
Okay, so that's why I brought up the whole, to make it simple, that's why I brought up the whole Venus and Mars thing, right? So if we have Mars here...
For us, Arma.
Yo, this shit
I have to make it simple for you guys.
This shit is dope. Someone take
fast.
a screenshot.
Okay, so real fast. Let me real fast.
Like Rumpus's diagram.
Yeah, so let me real fast. Okay, so let's do Mars, all right, because this is what I was doing earlier, all right? And let's do Venus. Let's do Venus like that, I guess. I don't know. That's like Venus.
Arma is Rumpus minus the smug.
I miss Rumpus.
All right.
I'm actually confused why he's acting like he's so confident and sure about it.
Because I'm confident and sure about it because I literally have a point, but you guys are missing.
You haven't even understood the point yet.
No, I understand.
Conversations, we need somebody to make a meme from Pulp Fiction
go ahead, guys.
with Samuel L. Jackson with the gun that says "Stay reference frame again."
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. Let me grab all this. Oh, including the earth. My bad. What am I doing?
I just dropped a couple IQ points with this drawing, bro. You have to.
Yeah, I do that all the time in these chats with you guys. Anyway, so check this out.
You can't get shot by a gun. It's just the you run into the bullet.
Yeah, Neo actually dodged the bullet because of reference frames.
How do I?
From the reference frame of the bullet, the head actually slammed into the bullet, right? Isn't that what happened?
Yeah, maybe next time someone's on trial for murder for shooting someone, maybe they could try this.
Yeah, this is just relative. Actually, they ran into my bullet.
2000.
Yeah. What was the name of the guy in the back of the car that he accidentally shoots in the movie? Oh man, I shot. What's his name?
Anyway, you guys gonna be listening, or are you just gonna make fun?
Definitely, the latter is gonna happen regardless.
We'll listen, then we'll make fun. How does that sound?
All right, fair enough. Yep. All right. So this is
show the Earth expanding. Just show the Earth accelerating in opposing directions without the ball getting bigger.
I get that, but that was only if the Earth was the only thing
Where's your universe?
Right?
Explain the universe. Which way is the universe going?
Yeah, so that's why I'm using both Mars and Venus to simplify that, right? Because obviously I can't draw the whole universe out. So let's just use Mars and for one direction and Venus and for the other direction, right? When Alice starts to fall towards the Earth, right? She's not just getting closer to Earth, but she's also getting closer to Bob and Venus. But at the same time, Mars is also moving away from her, right? You guys see that, right? When she's falling, all of this is shifting at the same time, right?
Wait, who's moving, Mars or the person?
Okay, so once again, all right, when Alice is falling, right, we could treat it as both. Or I could treat it as Mars, Earth, Bob, and Venus is all moving in this one direction, all right?
But Bob's not going towards the Earth. Why?
He would be too. I obviously I didn't program this out. If I'm going to do that as well, then I would have to, towards the end of this step, I would have to move him as well.
It would immediately prove you wrong.
No, it wouldn't prove me. Do I need to program this out?
Yeah, apparently.
That's the part we need to see. You understand the argument, right?
You're leaving the whole part of the argument out.
No, here, listen. Okay, here's the thing. All right,
just say you can't make them do it at the same time.
At the same time, okay, yeah, sure. At the same time, you can't have it, but that's why I'm saying from their respective
views. You can split
views,
the sphere in half. Other than splitting the sphere in half,
no,
you can't program this out.
Yes, I can. All right,
it can't happen.
It's very easy, actually. If you gave me
okay, program it out. Take your time. Take your time.
It wouldn't take too long, but it's not that hard to like. Well, hold on. Before I do that, all right.
We'll wait.
The whole point is that
no. We want to see this thing, bro. We need to see this happening in your Blender model.
Well, I wouldn't be. I'd probably do it in like I'd actually probably code it out instead of Blender because Blender would work, I guess. But
whatever. Do whatever you want. We want to see a visual. We want to see a visual where Bob and Alice are on opposite sides of the. But we want to see a visual of Bob and Alice on opposite sides.
There was a visual done already, though. I'm pretty sure it was done by like Kosho. In fact, he did a visual of this already. It's like you guys don't like. He did this a while back when this argument was
this visual is impossible. This
he did it though. Hold on, let me pull up
happen.
Kosho's visual. Hold on.
Yeah, please. No, he equally retarded. Let's have a look.
He did it because it can't happen.
He did. All right, he did a visual. Let me see if I can find it.
And step away for just a minute.
You can't do a visual of this. This is visually impossible.
Here's the visual. Here it is. Here's the visual.
Okay, watch this, guys. Tell me if he does it.
Oh, I don't know if did it send through. It seems to be blank right now, but here we go. So I guess you could treat maybe Alice is yellow, Bob is blue. Yeah, you could treat it like you could do that. Obviously it doesn't have Mars and Venus in it though, but the point still gets it still has the point or whatever. The whole point is that when Alice is falling, it's not just the Earth that's moving towards her feet. It's also Bob as well, and Bob is also moving towards the Earth. And that let's call it reference frame, right? I could be using it wrong, but let's just use reference frame for now, right? Or her frame. Let's use frame.
Yeah, you're using it wrong. Yeah.
Okay, let's use frame then, right? Her view. All right, from her view, all right, it's the Earth and that's moving towards her feet, and at that point, Bob would actually be accelerating towards the Earth, but also towards her too. I guess you could depending on how you want to look at it though. But yeah, and from her view, it'd only be the one acceleration, all right? And then from Bob's view, it'd be the one acceleration.
They're in the same reference frame, though.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay, well then that's why I'm using the word view then, all right? From their views, all right? Because since I'm using it wrong, then from their views, it's only accelerating in the one direction, all right? For Bob, it's the Earth accelerating towards him, and also Alice accelerating towards him. And then from Alice, it's the Earth accelerating towards her, and also Bob accelerating towards her. All right. The thing is, all right, both are happening, right? So therefore, you could. That's why we're saying it doesn't have to expand. All right, you can have the Earth accelerating up towards both of them. All right.
No, that's not why we're saying it. You don't understand your own position.
No, Bob and Alice are in two separate frames.
Do you
Bob and Alice are in two separate frames.
Oh, really? They're not both in the Earth's atmosphere?
No, they have their own individual frame of reference to
the Earth's atmosphere relative to the Earth.
Regardless if they're in the atmosphere or in the rings of Saturn or on the sun, each person has their. I mean, each one is in an independent frame of reference.
See, this is why we shouldn't talk to these people, because they literally have a very. I'm not trying to be rude. You have a very remedial understanding of what you think the position is, and you're wrong. Like, so when Bacon came in here, he tried to say, well, yeah, but the Earth is basically vibrating and it's such a small amount, you wouldn't really be able to tell. It's accelerating in both ways, and just you won't be able to tell that it's moving. You guys aren't addressing the physical claim. You think it's just an optical claim. It's not, though. That's like a 5-year-old understanding of it. Like, if I stand on this side of the road, it looks like this. And this, to me, it looks like this, and to you, it looks like that. That's not what we're discussing, though. We're discussing physics. Okay, this is a theory of physics. It's called relativity. So it's a claim about what physically happens in the physical world. Okay, now he says that the person is not falling to the Earth. The Earth is accelerating up, and that there is no force involved in the person going down to the Earth. Thus, it can't be the one accelerating down. It's actually the Earth accelerating up.
That's not. That doesn't represent the way I understand it to be.
That's what I'm trying to tell. Yeah, I know. That's the whole problem. You guys don't actually understand the model, right? So, like, let's see if you can get the questions right then. So, do you need force for acceleration?
Yeah, that was beautiful earlier. I like this.
Yeah, this gets out of my. I'll screw this up. I don't want to talk about the forces.
Yeah, that was fast.
Talk to you later, left lane.
That was quick. Arma, does acceleration Arma, does acceleration require force?
I believe so.
Okay, so what's the equation for force? Do you know? What?
I don't know.
Force equals ma. Mass times acceleration.
Yeah, I don't really deal with that. So.
Okay, so you agree that acceleration needs a force?
Yeah, sure. I guess.
Okay.
Well, hold on. At least in terms of physics, I imagine it does. Yes. But in terms of like in just like maths, if you're just strictly just messing with maths, which is what I'm doing right now, just math, then acceleration is just literally you're increasing like a speed or whatever. Or so at that point you wouldn't need a force in math. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't really.
Dude, we're talking about reality, not your video game, bro.
Well, I was just really making an argument for like math and whatnot. Like you could treat it as both. Like you could treat it as the Earth accelerating towards the person's feet, and then for both people. That's all I was saying.
Okay.
Yeah, this is where it gets screwed up because the person is in free fall, accelerating towards the surface. That individual is not experiencing any forces acting upon them. And it gets all screwed up and confusing. Yeah, dude, I do understand.
Why are you guys jumping ahead? It's got a simple. Why are you guys jumping ahead? It's got a simple thing here. You can't just go with him.
Left lane, he said he doesn't want to talk about it. Left lane exit out of the conversation. Now it's said more than Arma.
Why does it when I speak, Rakia comes in every time?
All right, listen. Force equals.
You said you didn't want to deal with this.
I'm not talking to you. I'm just talking to Witsy.
Guys, listen. Force equals mass times acceleration. Okay? So that means acceleration equals force divided by mass. Okay. So is the object that we drop falling, is it accelerating down to the Earth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so does that mean that it requires a force?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's a force acting on the object that makes it accelerate down to the Earth? Okay, that is specifically what Einstein says is not happening.
I know.
Yeah, Xanax all morning telling us that didn't happen.
I know.
So that's a globe problem, because there's a reason that's the new model. It's not because they just got bored and they were like, you know what? Let's create this paradoxical, confusing, hard to understand junk and pretend it's the new model. They had to do it.
Hold on. So you're saying, what's it? So you're saying Newtonian physics doesn't work on Earth, right here on Earth in the macro scale?
That's right. Yeah. Not
Is
for
that
their
what you're
model.
saying, Left Lane?
No, I would say the
Oh, so it
opposite.
doesn't
I say we can use Newtonian, and we need to leave Einstein out of it.
But your
Hey, we
model,
can use Newtonian.
That is hilarious. Oh, we would need to clip that one.
dude, your model
that's
says it
true.
doesn't work. Your model says it doesn't work, though.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't say that. That's where it gets all confused.
You just told us. You just told us it didn't work.
No, we can go into the relativity and Einstein if you want to, but it all breaks down to Newtonian physics.
No, dude,
No, it doesn't.
physics.
It just went through it. Oh my
They
god!
wish it
Go ahead
did,
with
Left
it.
Lane. Your globe proponents wish it all just broke down to Newtonian.
Did you forget about the force you agreed to? There, Left
No,
Lane?
that's what I'm talking about. If we're just talking about reference frames in motion, I don't see why we have to bring force into it.
Well, you brought force into it. You said, real slight.
I didn't know. Yeah. That's this right here is why I didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, because
you should have.
your model sucks.
Yo, let me help you out here. Let's recap what Xanax said. Xanax said if you drop an object towards the Earth, it doesn't actually accelerate to the Earth. There's no downward acceleration of objects towards the Earth. That's an illusion. It's an apparent acceleration because there is no force acting on the objects. What actually happens is the Earth accelerates up to the objects. Okay. Now he's actually defending the modern model. You guys are like going back a few hundred years and just shit in the bed, kind of.
This is like Groundhog Day. We've had this convo before.
Yeah, but this is what's so funny because acceleration requires a force. So, even if you invoke relativity, you got a problem because you say that the Earth's accelerating up. Okay, well then that's acceleration. Oh, so it just looks like the object's falling down, but that's just apparent acceleration. But actually the Earth's accelerating up towards it. Okay, then what's the force causing the Earth to accelerate up?
Yo, that was literally
I'd say
beautiful earlier with Xanax. Yeah, that was awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because, I don't know where I'm waiting for a legitimate. He didn't have one. He said something about bumping into the Earth or something. I don't even know what he said. It's just goofy. I just wanted the followers to understand. You need to update your rhetoric to at least follow Xanax along because he's addressing the actual model. You can no longer say that objects actually accelerate down to the Earth at 9.8 meters per second square because that isn't your model.
Maybe call Blue
Yeah,
or
you guys are
Water to give you an update.
You guys are about to have some crazy shit going on when we talk because you can't know anything anymore. I don't even know what you're gonna argue about.
Where's Bob the science guy when you need him?
You can't know anything with your relativity things.
Hey, Arma, you got two stick figures there. Who's the bottom stick figure? Is that Alice or Bob?
The bottom one was Bob.
Okay, so is Bob because of the gravity mass attracts mass actually standing upright, or is he upside down?
Well, there is no objective up or down though.
So, how big does your mass have to be to get that little fairy tale that somebody at the bottom of a ball is actually standing upright? We got a mass of 24,901 miles. Is it 20,000 miles? Is it 18,000 miles you need? So somebody at the bottom of a ball is standing upright. Can you help me out there?
Well, I know there's at
He
least
has no idea.
Well, no, I kind of do. So
No, you don't.
well, yes, I do. All right. So in terms of, I know there's like a sort of like limit to how like big like an object can get, or how small it can get before it's not round anymore, or because like basically I think once you hit around like, so I know vaguely what it is, but it's like around 500 miles I think in like diameter or something where things start to round out or whatever because it's just so heavy that it just starts to round itself out, whatever. So
what about an atom?
Well, hold on. I don't know about that. Anyway, point is, I mean, I imagine, maybe at that size, the fact that it's starting to shaping into like a sphere or something, maybe you can have a person stand on that, Now, granted, the gravity would be like so like minute that, you would,
You had a great word there, Arma. You say imagine. You said I imagine. Your whole thing is pretend.
Yeah, that's pretty much
imagine,
everything. Yeah.
Oh, dude, we should remix
Finally,
John
the
Lennon.
truth came out.
We should remix the John Lennon song about the globe. Real
imagine all the globers.
Yeah, I want to point this out, Arm. Okay, now you see the view we have in your really advanced drawing.
Okay.
You see how we're looking at it from the outside.
Okay.
So if I float out into your magic vacuum and I looked at the Earth from the outside, and then there was a person dropping towards the Earth on both sides, what would I see?
Yeah, you would see them accelerating towards the Earth. That's why I was saying depends on the scenario. Obviously, from Alice, she sees a different thing, though. She's going to see the Earth and Bob accelerate towards her. I'm not denying that if you have an outside person like viewing the entire system, whatever, they're going to see, Bob and Alice, accelerate towards the Earth. I'm not denying that. I literally agree with that like 1,000 times now.
So what's happening in physical reality is that people are falling to a stationary ball.
Perhaps, yeah.
Okay, so you've just disavowed the entire globe model as of 2023?
I don't know, maybe. I don't know enough of the argument to really,
And this is why I asked you, why do you believe in it then? And then Left-Lane jumped in and said,
I told you, no.
The problem. No, the problem is that you have a belief you don't know what is yet. So how can you can't have a justified belief if you don't know what the belief is?
No, I mean, I don't need to know everything about something to be like, oh, I believe in that or whatever, or or even more. I don't even like have to like as long as I'm convinced enough, right? If I have enough evidence to be like, okay, sure, that seems to work, then I can believe in that. Like, I don't need to know like why gravity does what it does to know that. Oh,
you don't even know what gravity is.
That's fine though. I mean, if I see a giant sphere, rock, Earth, whatever, right? Then that's all I need to know that it's round. I don't need to know why. It's round to know that it's round.
If you don't have gravity, then you don't have the heliocentric model.
Okay, that's besides the point. If I see the Earth is round, the Earth is round.
The point.
You were just arguing about how the Earth revolves around the sun. It's a sphere that's tilted, spinning, wobbling, revolving around the sun. Okay, you need gravity, and not only any gravity. You need a very specific type of gravity.
Okay,
it's called relativity.
All right, that's fine. All I'm arguing is that I don't need to know like how these things necessarily worked to know that they exist. All right. If I see the Earth is round, I don't need to be like, oh, how does gravity work for it to be a ball? Like, it's just a ball. I see that it's a ball, right? If I see, planets orbiting around an object, whatever, then I don't need to know how that works exactly. If I see it's orbiting, it's orbiting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, so if all we have to do is see it, and then that's what makes it true, then if I see that everything moves around the Earth,
okay, that's a decent argument, but that's not really what I'm arguing. I'm arguing.
It's literally what you just argued.
Well, I'm arguing more so that I don't need to be. I don't need to know the inner workings of something to know that. So long as I have evidence for it, right? So yeah, seeing I guess could be one example of that, and that's a good point. Obviously, it could be something else where it's the sky.
You don't believe that. I'm making a point. Your belief is that the Earth is a ball that's tilted, wobbling, spinning, and revolving around the sun, right?
Okay,
you believe that?
Something like that.
Why?
Well, I don't know all. Once again, I just understand or I believe the basic, the Earth is round and there is a solar system and all that. I don't know the details though. I don't know the details. I don't really know.
So it's a blind belief,
why
Arma.
would you claim that if you don't know the details? Why would you even go along with the claim?
But first, Army, can you acknowledge it's a blind belief you have?
Sure, I guess.
Okay, and that it certainly isn't
There
a
you go.
justified belief because you don't even know what the belief is yet.
Well, I think it's pretty justified in the sense that there's a lot of evidence for it, and I would have to think like there's a whole giant lie, that's hiding the truth of the earth. So
What's
for
the
me,
evidence for
it's
it?
justified
What's the
enough.
evidence
All right?
for it? What's
Maybe-
the evidence for it?
I don't know. You got the ISS. You got
The ISS proves the Earth goes around the sun.
Well, no, in terms of taking the pictures up there, whatever. You can see that the Earth is round, whatever.
What proves the Earth goes around the sun?
I'll be honest. Yeah, maybe not. There's not a whole lot for that per se. At least
you have no evidence, and it's just a blind belief you have.
Well, I could still say for me that I think the Earth being round is pretty convincing. Why
do you keep reverting back? We're talking about the Earth going around the sun right now.
Because so what? I mean, it works well enough. I've seen stuff I know there's the moons of Jupiter. They orbit around Jupiter and whatnot, and the moon from the looks of it goes around the Earth. Right? Maybe there's a bit of a jump there, but there's something for me.
It goes around the Earth. Why are you saying that we're going around something now?
Okay, because there's a lot more complicated motions when you're dealing with the other stuff. Like with the moon, it's pretty straightforward. It's just around us, right? But with the other stuff, you have Venus. What is it called? Is it retrograde motion? I don't know what it's called exactly, but it's not a clear all the way around, whatever. Or I mean, it is in the in one day, obviously. But in terms of relative to other things in the sky, it has a weird path that it takes. It kind of just moves, and then it just kind of does a weird. It's not 1-to-1. It's not like it's going around us.
It's a blind belief you have that we go around the sun.
Maybe half and half. It's half blind, half I'm at least convinced that there's evidence to show that orbits can happen. Well, the fact that I think orbits can happen, right? With the moon, the moon's around Jupiter, or whatever, right? Those seem to be going around Jupiter.
Can happen. That doesn't mean something can happen. Santa Claus can fly in a sled. It could have propulsion.
No, we haven't really seen anything we don't have sleds that can fucking fly like that. We have we have airplanes, but we don't have
half blind.
No, we don't have sleds that fly.
Half blind.
Yeah, half blind. Yeah, like you.
So you think
you don't have stuff orbiting other stuff either?
Pop out here, bro. That doesn't even make sense.
This is so funny because the truth is you just have a blind belief. You don't have any evidence. You can't articulate any of the evidence. You just believe it. This is the reality. You believe it because it's what the consensus is. It's what the majority of people believe.
For the most part, sure. Some of the stuff I do believe just because a lot of people believe it. But there's also stuff that I've also looked into myself. Whatever. I'm okay, that seems to check out. Whatever. So fair enough.
No, you haven't even named one thing regarding the Earth going around the sun.
Well, once again, as I was saying, in orbits, in general, I'm saying the fact that things can orbit.
So why couldn't it just orbit the Earth, though?
Well, I've seen usually the small stuff orbit the big stuff. All right, and you could argue I don't really know the size of the sun. All right, fair enough. All right, now there are people who claim to know the size of the sun. All right, and I don't have a real reason to believe they don't.
There are people that claim to go to Narnia.
Okay, but they're not scientists, though.
Okay, dude. Here's another one, right? So the truth is, it's just a blind belief you have because majority of people think it. How do you know the Earth is tilted wobbling?
Tilted wobbling. What the tilt one is more of, for me personally, it's more of just there's evidence, not proof, but there's evidence of it. You have the seasons and whatnot. That's at least.
I feel like you're practicing right now. What's it? Are you practicing?
The seasons.
Yeah, evidence, not proof. Yeah,
really?
Yeah, not proof. Evidence, though. There's a difference between, for me anyway. I'm pretty sure that is the case. So evidence and proof aren't the same.
Okay, that's how they came up with the tilt in the first place?
Well, fair enough. That's a decent argument. You could say, they're kind of forcing that at that point.
So your evidence for the fact the Earth is tilted is that the seasons didn't work on the model, so they had to tilt it?
Well, I guess you could also make the argument. Well, hold on. I guess you could also make the argument, though. The other objects in the sky, whatever, right?
You just like to argue.
No, hold on. Okay. In terms of the tilt, so what is it? It's tilted on its orbit, right? I mean, it's tilted relative to its orbit, right? So I'm sure there's some sort of way you can sort of get like why they came up with that. Besides seasons, like I'm sure
you're sure there's some type of way, but you don't know what it is. That's my point.
He doesn't know anything about his own model. Why he believes it?
Well, hold on.
Arma, science says, you can Google this. Science says that something hit the Earth a long time ago that caused it to go 23.4 degrees. Thank God something hit the Earth so we can have seasons, right?
Yeah, just the right amount. You believe that too, huh?
It's not the right amount. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could still have seasons even if it wasn't tilted as much. I mean, it would be different types of seasons,
Really?
I guess. But
what would happen to the distribution of the ice caps in the water?
I mean, it might be greater, or less depending on how tilted it is. I guess.
Stop it.
All right. Okay. So anyway, so you don't know about the orbit around the sun. You just blindly believe it. You don't know about the tilt. You just blindly believe it. Okay. Now, what about the wobbling?
I don't even know about the wobbling, to be honest with you.
You didn't know that you believed the Earth was wobbling?
Well, how can I not know I believe in something? I either know about it and then believe it, or I don't know about it and don't believe it.
Watch this.
The
Earth is tilted, wobbling. So, do you believe that?
I guess. Maybe.
There you go. Now you believe it.
Well, I said maybe. I haven't actually looked into it, so I don't. You could be making up shit right now, but you're probably right. But,
he'll never say yes definitively on anything.
No,
it's always maybe or if and maybe. Well, I don't
whatever.
Hey, Arma.
Settle down.
Hey, Arma.
Everyone settle down.
Arma, it's 2023.
Okay.
And I hear that Alice and Bob are very progressive, and so
is this related to anything at all?
They bought into this heliosexual thing, and they're big into threesomes. So where's Henry?
Bro, what are you talking about?
Hey, they're
you guys are just keeping the piss now. It's not even it's not even a discussion now.
Hey, Armbatter, I'm wondering if you want to talk to a dude that's probably 8 or 9 months total since letting go of the ball. Like I'm probably the baby in the room as far as going from heliocentric model to realizing that our Earth is stationary and flat. I'm a true Earther. And I was just going to bring kind of perspective, or if you had any questions. I'm not the best at answering it because I too was programmed with the entire heliocentric model from birth, and that's just programmed into us and forced into us. And it really kind of tripped me out when I realized that in the early 1900s, Paramount was showing a spinning Earth orbiting, and it's long before the moon missions. And it's like they were pre-programming everybody to believe in space and the space stories. And do you have any questions for like a new convert?
A new what?
Convert. Like I left the globe. I mean, yeah, like it's ridiculous. And now I know it's stable and still and stationary and not moving anywhere. Because one of the things is I go out on the back porch and have coffee. The narrative says that if I have coffee out there tomorrow morning, and then the next morning I go out and have coffee on my back porch, that I've moved 1.2 million miles through space.
Okay.
And that's weird because it seems like
more than that, bro.
Yeah. Well, it seems like it's the same spot it's always been. Or like when I go back to my hometown, nothing's changed. I haven't moved anywhere. That was one thing that was like brought me peace, was knowing that up is up and down is down. There's not this random people like sticking off of a ball at all angles. And then it got me questioning, with all the satellite technology, why hasn't this thing been put to bed? Like, why haven't they just zoomed in on the northern hemisphere and showed me mountains or huge buildings or cities or something with the buildings popping up, and then just pan out a little bit, pan down, show me those same buildings popping off the side or the bottom. It should be a very easy feat to do. I mean, they should have 24-hour streams from the moon showing us Earth revolving, uncut, unedited, constantly, because it's where we live, and we've been to the moon, right? These are things that kind of like shook me up inside and helped me to begin to question the narrative, because it is scary, it's freaky. It took me 4 months to let go. Like I would wake up, I would do research, 2 or 3 hours a day, and then I'd say, "Oh man, I think I got it. Wow, this is crazy." I'd sleep. I would wake up and have a knee-jerk reaction that I was still on a beautiful spinning ball Earth. I just could not kick like the habit or the programming. So that's where I'm at
It was hard to let go.
Yeah, I did though, and I want to help this guy. I know Austin knows his stuff left and right. He's true and right and good in what he's doing, but a lot of people are like, he's so arrogant. He's not. He's confident, and so I'm new to it, and
Well, I think you're missing my point. So, I mean, but also, well, okay, well, real fast. I mean, why am I doing this again for? Just because?
Well, I'm just listening to what you know, and
No, he doesn't. This isn't going to prove anything. This isn't. No.
Well, there you go. It's not going to prove shit.
It wasn't supposed to prove
By
shit.
the way,
You guys keep missing my argument. It was never. Why
Guys,
though?
go
I already
one-
showed it. I already
one at
showed it
a
like
time.
5 times now.
I'm gonna just
No,
tell
well,
you.
hold on. No, well, hold on. Maybe
Both
maybe
real
I'd be
quick.
inclined to share it. Hold on. Maybe I'd be inclined to share it if you guys weren't like, I don't know, like making fun of it and whatnot. But
yeah,
I don't really have an incentive to do this now. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Once again, why should I do this for again? Like, you guys were literally, like, I literally only hold on. It's not gonna. No, okay, no.
Well,
hold on. It's not. First off, it's not going to save him because this doesn't prove anything. Once again, I was literally just arguing. No. Okay, but you keep making the argument. You keep making the argument. Oh, he just left Globe Earth, whatever. Try to save him, whatever. This isn't going to save him, though. It's not meant to do that. It's not meant to be a proof for anything.
right.
Not exactly. I'm only trying to show that you can have something accelerate towards. Okay, I don't know about the actual the physics claim of that. I'm literally just talking in terms of math. All right, you could treat it as accelerating things and whatnot. Once again, why though?
Well, if you don't want to, I'll kind of keep going with a little bit of my yeah. I mean, you can. Well, if he doesn't want to, or yeah, I'll watch.
I don't really see a real reason though.
Do it, Arma. Please do it because I kind of want to go hang out.
Yeah, that ridiculous Pac-Man model.
Look, we'll completely clear the floor, no one interrupt, and Arma's going to explain how it works.
I already did though. Why am I doing it again for?
Well, I wasn't here. I was taking care of my kids, and I'll watch it with my whole heart and eyes, and I'll be quiet and everything because I haven't seen it once.
It's
Cool,
pointless.
explain that stuff to us.
It's not. I've explained it 5 times. I don't think a 6th time. Okay, 5 times might be exaggeration, but
I think
I don't
we're
think
ready
another
now.
time is going to.
But I haven't seen it. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going on mute, but I haven't seen it, so go for it.
Oh my goodness. All right, whatever. Actually, hold on. Let me think about this carefully. Actually, because
Now you know how we feel.
About what?
Hold on. You got to show the visual. No, don't get sidetracked, Armbar. Show us the visual of how it happens, of how this would happen all at the same time.
All right. Well, okay, I'm going to be the bigger man and just okay. Here we go. So,
just tell us how this all happened.
In terms of this whole, argument on, okay, if the Earth is accelerating towards Bob and towards Alice, right? Would it have to expand, right? Depending on the scenario, yes, it would have to. In my scenario, though, it doesn't have to, though, right? So in terms of real fast, move Alice out of the way. Let's get away from the.
Show us the visual of this all happening at the same time.
I literally am, Jeremy. All right? I literally am. All right.
Awesome.
So
I can't wait. I'm waiting.
Okay, so for Alice, all right, when she's falling down, right? Obviously, if I'm let's say for example, I'm really far away from the Earth and I'm looking at this, then yes, I'm going to see both Alice fall, all right, to the Earth, all right. It'll be her accelerating, and I'll also see Bob, all right, accelerating to the Earth, right. But to them, though, all right, to them, what Alice is going to see, all right, is she's going to see. Oh, hold on, she's going to see this. She's pretty much going to see everything, all right, around her move in this one direction, all right? That includes, Mars behind her, right? Or not behind her, but above her. Venus that is below her, the Earth that's below her, and Bob that's below her, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, Bob will also be moving towards the Earth, all right? But that's the thing, though. To her, in her view, the only thing that's accelerating towards her feet, is the Earth and everything else in that same direction, all right? And she's not going to see
but in the same moment,
Oh yeah. Hold on. So she's not going to see the Earth accelerate towards Bob's feet. No, she's going to see Bob accelerate towards the Earth. All right, that's what she's going to see. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now for Bob, he's going to see obviously, the opposite. When he's falling.
Hold on. Why does she see that? Why is that what she sees? Why? Why would she see that?
Why would she see this? Hold on.
If the Earth is accelerating towards Bob's feet, why would she see Bob accelerating towards the Earth?
Because I just told you she's not. That's why I'm saying yes. The person that's far away from Earth, they'll see the both of them accelerate towards the Earth. But for Alice though, she's not going to see the Earth accelerate towards his feet. She's only going to see the Earth accelerate towards her feet, Bob accelerate towards her, and Venus.
But you need to show the distance. Hold on. You need to show the distance, the gap closing between Bob and Alice.
Okay. I'll animate it.
Bob in the Earth and Alice in the Earth all at the same time.
All right. So it's going to go like this.
You need to close the gap to where.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right.
I already.
No, it doesn't matter. You can't.
I told you in one reference frame it doesn't work.
You can't even magic it.
But I was never.
You can't even make
I was never arguing that. You guys are silly. I was never arguing.
Well, hey, just a second. So
I literally told you I was never arguing. I was never arguing that though. That's why I literally keep telling you guys. I'm saying in terms of.
Yeah, right. You were never arguing.
No, can you guys
I was never arguing this. But that was my whole argument, though. That was my. That was my.
Can you guys hear me? New perspective. Can you hear me?
That was never my argument.
Armbar,
I was never.
Show us the visual, Armbar, just show us the visual. However you want to do it, it just needs to be happening at the same time. You need to show Alice and Bob both getting closer to the Earth somehow. Don't have them moving to where the one's not happening.
Okay, real fast, Jeremy. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. I was never arguing that though. Yes, what Jeremy is saying that is literally impossible. All right, I'm not. I was never arguing that.
You can't even visualize it magically. Yep, just show us that scenario happening. Don't worry about whatever anyone else is saying. Just show us everything happening at the same time without the Earth getting bigger. Because all this is happening at the same time. Hold on, new perspective. Hold on a second, man. Hold on, man. Your mic sounds like shit, bro. Just show us it all happening at the same time. That's all.
Okay, but you understand if I'm going to do that, then they're just going to fall towards the Earth. That's it, right?
Well, that's all happening at the same time. You said you could show this not happening at the same time.
No, okay. In terms of if I'm literally far out enough, right? What I'm going to see, right, is them falling towards the earth. That would be, I guess, happening at the same time. Whatever. All I was saying is that from each of their views, they're seeing a different thing. All right. That was all I was saying. I feel like you guys keep missing my point.
No, I mean that makes sense to me.
Maybe you're not familiar with the scenario. The scenario is you drop something, antipode. Is my mic fucked up, guys?
No, you're good, dude. You're good.
Keep on trucking.
Oh fuck! I mean, it did cut out a little bit, but
Okay, well, I've got a question. I've got a pretty direct.
right, exactly. It has to go towards both.
Oh, you know what?
Uh-huh.
Well, I was listening.
Right. All right, man.
Hey.
I'm next, dude. I'm going next. Relax.
Well, let me ask the question. I've been listening the whole time.
Jeremy's going to go now. Now it's Jeremy's
Well,
time to talk.
is it? Because I had a quick question.
It is.
All right, I'll let Jeremy go.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Well, so my question is this. I know we're talking about two people that are falling towards the earth, but what kind of confuses my mind is if two people are standing on the earth and they drop a cue ball, how does the cue ball go to the ground if their feet and legs and bone structures are grounded to the ground? The earth can't accelerate up to the ball or it would like shatter their femurs, right?
If you had a camera on the ball, the camera would see the ground coming at it. But that's not
their
what's
legs
happening.
are on the ground. They're standing on the ground.
That's why I was never
I'm
arguing.
just talking about the ball. I'm just talking about the ball. The view from the ball, if you had a camera on the ball, it would look like the ground is coming at you.
But what I'm saying, Left Lane, is that the camera may see that, but the person that dropped the ball, their physically structured body is standing on the ground, so the earth could not raise to the ball.
That's right. That's right. It's not the ground is not moving. It just looks like it from the ball's point of view. That's all that a reference frame is.
But that's why I also brought up the Mars and Venus thing, because it's not just the Earth's surface. I was saying if it was just the Earth's surface or whatever, then yeah, at that point it would have to expand or whatever. But that's why I was saying everything else is also moving in that direction as well. So when the Earth supposedly comes up to the ball, not only is the Earth moving in that direction, but you as well are moving in that direction. Everything is moving in that direction, but the ball.
See, you're throwing all that in there. The Earth is moving in that direction.
Are you guys
the
just
Earth
going to talk over Jeremy every time? Every time Jeremy starts to talk, you guys are talking over.
But I'm trying to make a point that is drawing confusion.
You're making a point over top of him talking, though.
Yeah,
you can't hear him.
He don't give a fuck either.
Hold on. When I say, I'm just saying, relatively speaking, like you could treat it as that. I mean, whatever, man. I'm like, that's why I was showing the visual. But I was never arguing that, though. But I was never arguing that. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know that part of it. No, that was never. Look, I was never trying to. I was literally just trying to argue this whole expanding thing. That's it. I was just showing my visual, right? As you can see here, right? My little cool little visual that I kind of animated, as you can see here. That's all I was showing was this. All right. To Alice, everything else is moving, in that same, in that one direction. All right. And I know I apologize, Left Lane, if I'm butchering this.
Can I get in real quick? I don't have much longer, please.
Go ahead.
Thanks. The thing was, show this happening at the same time. You said, yeah, I can make it happen at the same time. Now you're not showing that though. That's not what you're showing, dude.
Okay. At the same time, in terms of each of their view, like Alice at the same time as Bob, they're both going to experience what they're experiencing, right? So at the same time, yeah, I technically I have satisfied that. Like, it's just in terms of at the same time.
No, because when you showed Bob and Alice's point of view, I'm coming. When you showed Bob and Alice's point of view, he wasn't getting closer to the Earth. He was just moving along with it.
Here, look, I'm doing it. Look, I have it animated right now. All right, I have it animated right now. Are you looking? Can you even look? I don't know. You might be on phone. I don't know.
I'm looking right now. Let's go. Show me Bob getting closer.
See, Bob's
and Alice
getting
closer at the same time.
See, look at that. See, he gets closer and then he touches. See that? Look at that. It's animated.
See? Yeah, but that's Bob falling. Bob's falling though. Bob's just falling.
Yeah,
Earth's not expanding out to meet him.
I told you that from with my argument. The whole argument is that it doesn't need to expand because the whole thing about it.
You showed Bob falling. Bob's not supposed to be falling. The Earth's supposed to be accelerating up to meet him.
That's what I was saying to Alice. She sees Bob falling. All right, Alice is going to see Bob falling.
Why would she see that?
Because that was my argument. That was my whole argument from the start. Bob will see the same thing. He'll see Alice falling. All right.
Why? Why do you think that's what they would see? That's not what they would see.
Well, because I just animated it. That's what would happen if we're going to look at.
No, not. Bob would see Alice would see the Earth expanding to meet Bob.
Oh my goodness!
Because that's what's happening in the scenario at the same time.
Well, look. How about this? How about we wrap this up? Right. Whatever you see here in my picture is what I was arguing from the start. All right. So if that's separate from what you were arguing, then so be it. All right. We'll have to agree to disagree because this is what I was arguing. All right. This fucking visual right here.
That's not some shit that would happen though in your scenario. That's not what Alice sees. Alice doesn't see that.
I mean, if you say so, I don't really know or care.
He'll never. Yeah.
Well, I mean, my whole. All right, whatever. If you think so, that's not what I. Because I mean, because I don't even. Because you guys keep doing this weird thing where you're trying to take me to another argument that I was never even arguing. I was simply arguing.
No, you said you're going to wrap it up, so wrap it up. Come on.
All right, I will wrap it up. All right. Well, I don't even. Okay, first off, all right. You're trying to put me in this one. I don't care about whatever you're saying right now. I'm literally just arguing this. I'm literally arguing that you can have the Earth accelerate up towards your feet for both people. All right, that's it. That's all I'm trying to argue. Yeah, at the same time, for both people, they will be seeing. Alice will see the Earth accelerate towards her feet, but she'll also see Bob accelerate towards her as well. All right, Bob will. Well, I'm not arguing about I'm not arguing about that. I was never arguing about that. I was never arguing about that. Okay, well then I guess. Okay, then I'm jumping out then because apparently we had a misunderstanding then. I mean, if you say so, I don't know. I have to look into it. All right, I'll have to look into it.
Can somebody help? No. Can somebody help the new guy with an easy math problem? It's going to be a group effort though. It won't take long. So we are told that the boats like disappear over the horizon, right? The physical horizon, and that happens like 3 to 4 miles away, right? If you're standing at the ocean. And let's just make it 10 miles. I know that the Concorde can go 350 miles an hour. Imagine the Concorde flying 10 feet off the water. How much drop is in 10 miles around a ball Earth, and how long will it take a Concorde at 1,350 miles an hour to cover 10 miles? Because I'm kind of trying to get an experiential experience for the pilot. Like, how hard will he have to push the stick down? How many G's would that be? Because they tell us a passenger plane doesn't even know that it's a ball because gravity holds them level, and they just kind of skirt their way around the ball